It now gives me huge pleasure to introduce our distinguished guest, Sir David. It is a cliche, but he's too well known to require an introduction. You know him as a broadcaster and naturalist, or a naturalist and broadcaster. I'm not sure which he prefers, but he's inspired many of us to develop our interest in wildlife. If I may mention one other thing about his roles, his many roles, he is the emeritus president of all 47 wildlife trusts across the UK. Sir David.
You've already heard why this is a great day. The acquisition of that bit of land, the last bit of jigsaw puzzle that unites this coast and turns it into one of the great places in this country to see wildlife. But it's a great day, particularly because of this, as far as I'm concerned, the Norfolk Wildlife Trust. It was the first wildlife trust in this country. It was founded in 1926. 12 people, 12 friends got together about this coast and got together to produce the money to buy the very first wildlife trust area. They didn't call themselves the Wildlife Trust, they called themselves the Naturalist Trust. Those days, back in 1926, well, I can just remember them because I was born in 1926, but I didn't start remembering them until about 1929, I've got to be honest. But that time, 89 years ago, interest in natural history, I suspect, in this country was regarded as being something slightly odd. The people who were interested in butterflies were expected to have bits of glass in their hair, and be slightly peculiar. It's not what you normally did, butterflies. Grown-up human beings, butterflies, bugs, birds, not really. How that has changed in these years, pioneered by this trust. Today, as you heard, there are 49 trusts, and it is a national movement. It's heartening to me, and I hope to you, to think that there's not a square yard of this country that does not have a trust who are caring for it to some degree. We are now a national movement. We are no longer hayseeds. We are representing an important and crucial element in national life. And that is a huge change. You are linked together by the Royal Society of Nature Conservation, that we are the British Nature Trusts. And that is quite an achievement, as a matter of fact, because trusts are very much rooted in their counties. And to begin with, as I know, because I was involved in it 40, 30 years ago, there were very great independence from each of the counties. We are Norfolk, we are Yorkshire, we are Leicestershire, or wherever. And it was difficult to get them together to have a united voice. And this is one of the great changes that has taken place. Now, the wildlife trusts, you have a national voice. You have something to say. And you are the repository of huge expertise. And that's just as well, because looking after this sort of area of land is very, very tricky. It requires considerable expertise, and it's going to require much more, because as the world warms, as we know it will, there will be increasing extreme things happening to this coast. And we need people who understand it, who will look after it, not just for ourselves, but for the wonderful creatures that live on it. And that expertise and knowledge is going to be founded in this trust, in each nature trust around the country. And today is a great day, because that expertise is not just something which you keep to yourself. That expertise is now being handed on with this wonderful educational centre named after a great naturalist, Simon Aspinall. We must all be hugely grateful to the family for their great generosity in bringing this about, and in so many of us contributing to bringing this into existence. Because in future years, the knowledge that is brought here by those who are attending will be crucial everywhere. The fact of the matter is, we all know that the natural world is now in great danger. And we also should know that if we're going to care for it, we have to understand it. If you're going to take political decisions that actually cost money from the public, we have to understand why that money should be spent to look after the natural environment. And that sort of information can come from places like this. Places like this are crucial to the welfare of our countryside, and worldwide of an attitude towards the natural world, which is something on which we all depend. Every breath of air we take, every mouth of food we eat, comes from the natural world. We are part of the natural world, and we have to understand it because it's in greater danger than it has ever been, and we ourselves have been responsible to some degree for that situation. So this, as I say, is a great day. It's a great day because of that acquisition of land, which is now going to be turned for the benefit of the wild creatures that live on it. It's a great day because of this institution, this building, this centre of knowledge and wisdom that will be coming to everybody, including particularly our young people. It is a great pleasure for me to be here on this great day. Thank you very much.